problem was an obvious one. First, Dr. Monteron had been kidnapped, and now his child. There was no question that with his son's and wife's safety threatened, the man could be made to divulge the secret that both France and England were trying to guard. Holmes worked with feverish haste for some lead, some clue that would tell us which one of the possible foreign powers was responsible for this outrage. His only aid was a scrap of paper, the paper that accompanied the child.
How can you be certain, Holmes?
Madame Monteron received the note, and though she was forced to follow its instructions...
She feared for the life of the child, so she sent him here. You can see how the paper's been torn off a larger sheet.
The paper is neither French nor English.
You can tell by all this where the paper was made.
Writing paper is almost as distinctive as writing itself. Its contents and manufacture differ drastically from country to country. That's it.
What's it?
What does it mean?
There are 3 embassies in London that use such paper. It now remains to investigate each one.
That's the kind of job I can do. I'll have my men deployed around each one of them. No one will be permitted to enter or leave.
Excuse me, sir. I must speak to Mr. Holmes immediately.
Is that for me?
Yes, sir. It was brought to the house by the same man who delivered the message yesterday. He told me to hand it to you personally and immediately.
Thank you.
I hope all goes well, sir.
Dear Mr. Holmes, your entrance into this situation was for me an unexpected development. Now that it has occurred, however, I am certain that you will, by some method, discover the whereabouts of my guests. Any attempt to free them at this time would be, for them, disastrous. I offer you this alternative. When Dr. Monteron has given me the information I ask of him, he and his family will be left unharmed. I will leave England immediately thereafter. Their fate now rests in your hands. Signed, Count Tenoff.
Now we know which one of the 3.
You delivered the message to the butler?
Yes, Your Excellency.
Good. Then Holmes has it. And he is wise enough to know that I'm not bluffing. They will try nothing for the present. But they will attempt to stop us at the border.
Your departure by boat has been arranged, Your Excellency. It will arrive at the appointed place on the coast at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
And we will have the Monteron secret long before then.
I can surround the house, close up the entire area.
He says he will kill Dr. Monteron if that happens, and I believe he will.
The man must be a fanatic.
He is.
Well, what do we do?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. John Watson to see you, sir.
Come in, gentlemen. Please. Be seated.
Thank you.
Lawrence,
Yes, Your Excellency.
please inform every man in the house that Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson are here. Tell them if they should hear the bell, they are to follow exactly the emergency instructions I have given them.
Every man will be alerted, Your Excellency.
What kind of trick do you think we could play on you, Count Tenoff?
I could think of a few, but I'm afraid Sherlock Holmes could think a few more. My men are extremely competent, but
I'm sure they are.
And now, sir, the purpose of your visit.
Simply stated, safe return of Dr. and Madame Monteron and their child.
Stated simply enough, Mr. Holmes. To begin with, of course, they are not here. You seem to doubt my word, Dr. Watson.
It would appear so, wouldn't it?
Very clever, Dr. Watson.
It isn't usually difficult to prove that a liar is a liar.
The purpose of your visit, gentlemen?
To offer you a deal, shall we say.
What kind of a deal?
A guarantee of safe passage out of England in return for the safe delivery of the Monteron family.
I believe I can guarantee my own safe passage out of England.
Every port in the country will be blocked by the authorities.
The authorities will attempt to block every port. We will wait to see if they succeed.
The police can force their way into this house.
And I can ring this bell cord. Dr. Monteron will be immediately killed.
What assurance do we have that you won't kill them anyway to prevent other countries from getting his secret?
You have no assurance. I'm surprised of your naivety, Mr. Holmes. You have nothing to offer me. You should have known that. Lawrence? The gentlemen are leaving now, Lawrence. Bolt the door carefully behind them.
Before leaving, I'd just like to know if there's any possibility of bribing you. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought, too. First part of the plan accomplished. We're in. Now, what happens next?
We must put that bell cord out of commission.
That won't be easy.
If it were easy, I wouldn't be worried.
I thought I was the only one that was.
And without a sound.
Next step?
Upstairs. My hand hurts.
Keep the wrist stiff and swing from the shoulder.
Wrist stiff and swing from the shoulder.
You're a little light for this work, Holmes.
Nonsense. It's a matter of technique.
Well, you'll have more chance to practice.
She says the baby has to have something to eat. Go and ask Lawrence if it's all right.
I was told not to leave my post.
So don't leave it. Call him.
Now, thought you were going to get away with it, didn't you? Just keep your hands up and walk straight ahead. Stop there. Turn and walk into the room. Keep those hands up and don't try anything.
Who are you?
I see what you mean. Now, fast!
Holmes. I don't know what to say. We had given up hope.
We just did what we could.
It was magnificent, gentlemen. My government, and I am certain yours, will be eternally grateful. You are Dr. Watson, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Holmes, Watson, is everything all right?
Completely under control, Lestrade.
Everyone safe?
Everyone, including the youngest member of the family.
Yes, she's hungry, but she's safe.
Oh, I'm sure that we can get her something to... Her?
Yes.
But it's he.
No, her.
But her, his... The name is Tony.
Yes, Antonia. She's a she.
Good thing we didn't look.
Quite.
Frankly, I don't believe either of you.
Well, you're a doctor, Watson. You wouldn't understand. You're not a detective. I'll show you to the carriage.
Thank you. Would you like to carry the baby?
She'll cry.
I don't think so.
A basket of fruit. From whom? To Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, with more thanks than we can express. Dr. and Madame Monteron.
How very thoughtful of them.
There's more. We're going to name our next child either John after Watson or Sherlock after Holmes.
That's wonderful. We're going to have a godchild.
Holmes, I think the child would have to be called John.
John is an excellent name, but certainly no better than Sherlock.
Sherlock Monteron.
What's wrong with Sherlock Monteron?
Oh, nothing, Holmes, nothing at all.
I rather like the name. Sherlock Monteron has a certain ring to it, don't you think?
Yes, Holmes. It has a certain ring. Sherlock Monteron.
What did you say?
Nothing, Sherlock. Nothing.